Better now. I use microphone. The mic is better now. I can hear better now.
Okay, I'm just interested to know why there is a slight delay that you're talking in some speaker that you have. Maybe there is because it apparently looks like we can have a conversation, but it sounds like everything that I've been saying 10 seconds before all of a sudden gets replayed. But now it's better. Now I can't.
Yeah, now it's better. Now it's better. Looks better now.
Yes, now it works. Nice. So
Okay. Now
yeah,
it's
how
more
are you
stable.
doing?
It's more stable now.
Yeah, now it's working for
Yeah.
every part.
Okay. Good.
So how are you doing these days? Postpartum after PTYA has ended, so to speak. Everything good?
Yeah, it's like a relief. Like after like 4 weeks of classes, like you have to, you have to commit every day. And my time is like almost towards midnight. It's like
Mm,
it's like I really not enough sleep, and the next day I have to go to work. It's like so
okay.
it's kind of a struggle to me, but okay, 4 weeks is over now. Okay.
And now you got the recordings afterwards, in case you missed something when you were tired.
Yeah, now 2 more weeks, two videos for the homework. You actually joined the accountability group.
I didn't actually have the time for it, but in the end, I had some private one-on-one calls with over 20 people. So I guess I got my fair and share with, the community aspect. But I guess you were pretty active on day one in terms of the accountability stuff.
Yeah, from day one, I started to join the class. I didn't miss a day of the classes,
Ah,
and yeah, I joined because it's like if I were to watch back the recorded video, it's kind of boring because when it's live, and then you have interaction on your right side, the chat box. So it's kind of live. It's lively and it's kind of fun. But if you were to watch the recorder, it's kind of boring to watch alone. It's like that kind of it's different. It's different between live and recorded
yeah,
classes.
definitely
Is
more
is different.
interaction.
It's
And
different.
or the
Yeah.
downside is you can't do 2x speed sometimes, but there is some benefits with it as well. And you managed
Yeah.
to form, accountability sessions within the discords too, I guess.
Yeah, I'm in the Discord as well, but I don't really join actively in the Discord. Maybe like I'll open it once a week and look at the interaction, the conversation between the groups, the people in the group. So I don't, and the sound is very annoying. When you open that Discord, and then every time there's one message, there'll be like a pop-up sound, woot, toot, toot,
Yeah.
like it's like
Yeah,
it's
it's
yeah.
kind of like its own culture at this point. There are YouTubers who are basing all of their entertainment skits all based on Discords. So I guess it
Mm.
has some kind of attraction for certain people, but maybe not for everyone. Maybe it feels too gaming-ish, if you know what I mean. It's
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
come into children's sandbox. It's like now we're going to have a serious discussion and call it Slack instead. But
yeah.
of
Really,
course,
this Discord is more for gamers.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how has it been for you in terms of the P2A? What you learned in terms of the workshops, in terms of the one-on-one calls with the support team? Any big takeaways that you got from all the 4 weeks?
It has been an amazing week, an amazing 4 weeks for me, and I've learned a lot, especially structuring my path in producing a video, in uploading the video. So how Ali actually give us all the ideas of how actually a good video. Obviously, yeah, at first you must have a lot of videos uploading into your channel, but as time goes on, quality comes in. Yeah, so quantity comes first, so it follows by quality as you get more and more videos uploaded in the channel. So you kind of fine tune and you see what are your weak points or mistake that you learn as you go on. You just correct your mistakes. But as long as you get started, don't overthink. I think it's okay. And what Ali says, like once a week, I think it's okay. Once a week.
Yeah, I've seen your channel, and it seems like you upload a lot of videos, although most of them might be shorts at this point. So you got some
Yes,
initial
yes,
practice, I guess.
yes. Before this, I was uploading shorts because to me, shorts. I think for shorts, view is more important than watch time. So I don't really pay attention on shorts. So I'm just making use of the quantity. But for long forms, yes, it's more on the quality because long form videos is more on watch time. Obviously, your views I think is important, but watch time. But for shorts, whether it's 5 seconds, 15 seconds, or 60 seconds, it doesn't matter how long is a video as long as there's a view. Yeah, it's view, but there's no watch time. So I don't really like okay, I have 60 seconds of video, so I can just break into four shots, 15 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. So
Yeah, if you do
like one
15
shot,
seconds, then it's easy.
yeah, like one shot maybe I get 500 views instead of 160 seconds of shot which is 500 views, but I have four shots, I already have 2000 views.
Yeah, in total, that's
Yeah.
at least short
Yeah.
perspective. It's much easier that way, especially if it's
Yeah.
much more
Yeah.
convenient to do it on the fly.
Yeah, and one more thing for long forms, I can actually remix and make shorts into the long from the long forms.
Ah, okay, means some kind of compilation thing.
Yeah, so like for one long form, like the one that I did on the wedding, the one that you watched that you mentioned, the
Yeah.
long form on my wedding. Yeah, I produced like I think 40 over shots out of that long
Ah,
form video. Yeah.
so you're kind of clipping out the clipping strategy that other people have done and continues to do, I guess.
Yeah, in fact, the shots that I produce from that long form is actually more than what I get my view from my long form video, all the
Yeah,
total shot.
that's a funny thing too, that it's much easier to get into shorts. And I love to talk about this because I'm actually right now in the making of making my own first shorts. And because I love to edit and stuff like that, I kind of
Mhm.
went in a little bit overboard with this 30-second shorts with trying to sort of replicate Ali's style a little bit. You know, his short is kind of like on the top in terms of the editing at the moment. And I figured out that if it's all coming down to the amount of dopamine hits per second, I might as well capitalize on that because
Yeah,
I mean, the beauty of shorts is that you can literally upload the same thing to TikTok and see what happens there. Although TikTok is might necessarily be YouTube in that sense, but still. So that's also a recent idea that I've been having as well to have some shorts ongoing. I find it so liberating in a sense that because long form is much more towards quality and short is a little bit like off the cuff. Here is how you can do like quick tip or quick showcase and so forth. You get the best of both worlds. Previously, I was
yeah.
very into as many long forms as possible, but later I found out that consistency itself might not necessarily cut it. So now I'm completely going into the quality aspect. I'm sort of trying to make another format, basically, from this tutorial ultimate guide to more John Harris style visual storytelling. And that's all new order for me, but I've given myself at least 2 weeks to do it, because I know that if I can at least have 1 week just to present the shorts at the feedback session, I can then afterwards present this really packed video with everything from research to great narrative with all things visual and so forth. So that's been my big interest for now.
And one more thing for shorts, there will be spikes. Like suddenly there's a surge in views, but it will just drop down, and then there's a surge again, drop down, spikes for
Ah,
shorts.
oh yeah, that's good to
Yeah.
know.
So this shorts means that if there's a spike, everyone will watch, and then it will taper off, it will drop. Suddenly it will just disappear from the space. But long form, I think long form is more for community where people really watch your video and appreciate and what they want from the video. That's long form. Maybe like shorts is like for entertainment, like 5 seconds, like something, because they scroll and then they watch, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I mean, those long form, if they are good, and that's also the beauty of it, that they can stand on their own legs. So whenever you've done something that has a lot of value into it. Now we're talking long form, and it might necessarily not take off the first time. It's still always there. It's like you're creating a new source of passive income, because you can always sit there and gain more views, etc. So I guess it will very soon come to a point in which all these, hard work for its sake from the beginning years has started to get to the point that it now pays off like dividends multiple times just from previous efforts. So that's something I remind myself a lot sometimes. And I guess, like in your case, what have you especially taken from PTYA into your specific niche or content bucket, so to speak? I mean, I've seen that you've done a lot of this showcase the local culture, and it's something that's going to continue, or are you planning on doing something a little different very soon, or how is it looking on your end?
initially, when I started off my YouTube channel, it's about property investment.
Oh, okay.
And property investment is something, for me, it's very seasonal. You don't buy properties all every day. It's like maybe once a year, or so it's like kind of a very dry subject. If I were to do video like every week, so as I go on and living in Indonesia, so it's like, okay, I'll just add some videos about my trip, because I enjoy traveling and I enjoy food. So okay, I'll upload something on the food. So as I go along, I enjoy traveling and the food, because my work requires me to travel. So
Oh,
I
okay.
make use of the time when I'm that place. So I'll make use of, like I go for lunch, go for dinner. Like, oh, this food is nice. Let's make a video out of this. So it's like, yeah. So it's like I'm like diverting, from property investment to food and traveling, because I want to relate this, because property investment is something like a passive income. Like passive income, how can this passive income create a lifestyle that you enjoy, which is traveling and food? So I want to relate this kind of thing to my audience. Like, in order to have this kind of lifestyle, traveling doesn't need to be very expensive, very high class, very that need a lot of money. Something very simple, but yet it's it's nice. It's the view is fantastic, and I think it's a value added for I'll bring mungkin maybe I'll bring this value to my audience, and my audience hopefully can appreciate what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
especially when you mentioned travel and those travel seasons. I know a lot of people who have either been to the islands of Indonesia or aspire to. So I guess those people might be some body that definitely want to shake out what it's like to be there so they have something to expect. Whenever you have this trip in mind, booked for several months ahead, and then you sort of are very curious and you shake out and you dream like, oh, it's exactly like this, and there's all positive vibes from it. So I guess that's some avatar quality that you're also making your videos for?
Yeah, so it's like I'm targeting expats in Indonesia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, because it's like English and so forth. And regarding the property investing that you previously said, you mentioned you travel a lot for it, so it means that you are looking for multiple places, multiple uh, buildings, called it that, in a lot of different, you know, either islands in domestic sense or international sense, or how does it really look like from your day to day?
Okay, for because I mainly invest property in UK. I don't invest in Indonesia because it's kind of
Okay.
very hard for a foreigner to invest in Indonesia.
Oh,
It's not
interesting.
that it's not that friendly for foreigner to invest in Indonesia unless you have a limited company to use as a vehicle to invest in Indonesia. Because if you use your name to invest in property in Indonesia, first you must have a working permit. Then only you can buy properties in Indonesia. You can't just go into Indonesia and just buy. No, you can't do that.
Okay. But you're from
Yeah,
Indonesia, but you're still investing in the UK, or is it some other service that you
yeah,
do?
yeah. I'm investing in the UK. I'm from Malaysia, but I'm working in Indonesia.
Aha, so you're
Yeah,
working in Indonesia, you are from Malaysia, but investing in the UK.
yes,
How did that happen?
yes. I'm a Malaysian.
Okay,
So
that's
yeah. I'm not Indonesian. I'm Malaysian.
okay, but how did you? Was it some lucky break or opportunity that got you into both Indonesia and the UK, or how was the story?
I started like maybe like 13 years back. Yeah, that time was the yield was good, and now the property is a bit uncertain in the UK. So throughout these 12 13 years, there's a shift in strategies because in properties they have strategy as well. So you can't have like the same strategy that you have been using like 12 13 years ago and then you use it now. It's not applicable anymore because time changes, like just like YouTube, like I learn YouTube because I want to upgrade myself to learn something new that that like because actually before this I'm writing a book. So actually
Ah, okay.
I want to use this platform to promote my book.
What's the book about?
Investment. It's about investment, and
And the
it's
name is
about traveling. Yeah, investment, traveling, the lifestyle that can made out of investment.
So it's kind of, become a digital nomad by doing this and this in regards to investment properties.
Yeah, yeah, sort of, yeah, something like that.
And I guess that's something that you have good experience in and have a lot of stories that you share in the book. Is that the case?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So I started writing like during COVID time. Yeah,
Is that
started.
with a publisher, or are you sort of marketing it on your own once it's finished?
I plan to self-publish on
Okay.
the Amazon.
And how long has the? I mean, book writing can take a long time, depending on like what kind of factors to put in and so forth. But how, or rather, where is it in the stages of book writing? Is it soon finished, or is it in between, or so forth?
Um, I think I've stopped for like 6 months writing. I was writing every day. Like it's like I don't know. I think it's about a few like I think about 50,000 words. I wrote about 50,000 words.
Right now,
So now I want to concentrate more on my YouTube channel. I want to scale up my YouTube channel because if I were to finish a book and then I publish, but there's no audience, like
yeah.
here's my book, like who are you, like who, like so I need to establish something first. I need to set up like a YouTube channel, like I want to get to know the audience, the community. I want to build up a community first before I actually launch the book.
Yeah, that I totally understand. And are you
Yeah.
looking for a certain number in terms of view count or subscribers, or are you planning to set up a community, let's say Discord or some other platform, to then be able to have some, you know, peer-to-peer mentor sessions, whatever, or are you looking for some other indicator that tells you that now it's time to launch my book to the specific audience?
I think to a point where my channel is monetized.
Is it monetized now?
No, it's not. It's not.
But it's over 1,000 subscribers, but maybe there are some watch hours. So how does it
Four
work?
thousand watch hour. That's
Yeah.
the challenge.
And where
That's
are
the
you on
challenge.
that front? Or is it like in the middle or almost there?
No, it's still far behind. It's like 600 watch hour.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
How is it in the shorts department? I mean, I guess that many of the 2,000 subscribers watch the shorts, but even there is like very, because they count in millions of views. So of course it can be equally challenging there too.
Yeah, so shorts doesn't count as watch hours. It's like
Exactly.
either 4,000 watch hours or 10 million views in your shorts
Yeah.
in 3 months. That is crazy. It's like it's like out of my mind. Like 10 million in 3 months.
They basically wanted to go viral, so everyone can scroll through you. That's so I guess that most of the effort comes into the long form now in order to bump up the watch hours, I guess.
Yeah. And my long form, I make shorts, I remix into shorts that hopefully that these shorts can link back to my long form video. Because there's a click. When anyone that watches the shorts, which is remixed from my long form, there's a click that I can that the audience when click it will link back to that particular long form.
Okay, so you put the link in the description at the bottom left. Is that how you do it,
Yes,
basically?
there's another thing that I added as a double strategy. It's either when they click on the screen that link to my long form, and if they want to comment something and they saw, hey, there's a link, and then they click, oh, it's also linked back to my long form.
Okay. Can
So it's
you
like
see
hopefully
people?
so it's like you're spreading the pins all over the place. So hopefully this pin will come back to you, fly back to you.
Yeah. And is it? I mean, I see that in analytics you can track stuff like how many people click on, for instance, end cards. Is there a similar one, but for links within the shorts, or haven't they released it yet?
The shots that is created from the long form is slightly different from the one that you create independently,
Yeah,
because
but like
when
when
you
you're clicking on the specific link, see if you can see that, for instance, if 10,000 watch the shorts, how many people of those 10,000 has clicked further to the long form? Is that one can
oh
track
oh
or something?
I that one I cannot tell.
Okay,
It's like luck. It's like
okay.
like what Ali says, the more you do, the luckier you are.
Of course,
Right?
especially in the shorts land.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess that in your case, it's most about getting more long form out, and especially in the type of content you do, that it's more a case of running out with the camera and capturing stuff to then
Yeah,
share as long form. Okay. And you're
yeah.
doing all this by yourself?
Currently, yes.
Oh,
I think it's a bit overwhelming. So I'm actually
okay.
like have the idea of starting to look for editors.
You got fun here. Whenever
Okay,
you want. Yeah.
okay. I want to ask you, because my video, it's the main part is in English, but there are some certain parts which I interact with the locals, which I
Okay.
need to use Indonesian language. So
Oh, I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure
Indonesian.
whether that when you do the editing, is it a challenge for you? Like there's a dual language like English and Indonesian language. I'm not sure you understand Indonesian language.
I think in this case, I mean, I have some familiarity in, the normal languages, but Indonesian, I think I will have a hard time with. So I would appreciate if you could sort of supplement that. This is exactly what he or she said, if there is a case to do this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking also is a bit challenge. But besides English, you speak Polish, you speak Swedish.
I speak Swedish is my native tongue, and although I'm technically in Poland since a while back, I haven't really got to learn the language in full, mostly because I've been focusing on YouTube, let's be honest. So it's like you're in your own bubble, working on the next video and so forth. So I haven't really interacted so much time with the locals yet, but
Okay.
this is how it looks like.
So you have been staying in Sweden like for how long?
I mean, it was only it was like a little bit more than a year ago when I came to Poland. Previously, I've been in Sweden for the entire life. And I'm actually going back to Sweden now, latest this summer at the end of July, if not even earlier, depending on how fast I can set up this temporary freelance editing jobs and favors and so forth in order to stay afloat while at the same time growing my channel. That's sort of a short-term focus for me at the moment with editing for different people, see how many pick up and so forth in order to make it a collaboration over many months and more than half a year and so forth. So that's one of the motivations because the beauty of freelance editing is you can do it anywhere as long as you have an internet connection. So
Yeah,
technically you can
true.
allow yourself to stay in places where it's easier tax wise. So for me, because I'm from Sweden, it makes sense to at least have a home base in that country. But then, if it happens that it might be beneficial to let's say, for example, if the PTYA gathering was wants to be in the UK, then I can fly to UK and still do the editing. So there's some flexibility there too.
But I think when someone speaks dual language, I think they are very flexible in switching, English and other languages.
Yeah,
Whereas,
provided they know the other language, that's the thing. But if
yeah,
you know
yeah, yeah,
languages, then
yeah,
it's easy to simply switch to another part of yourself. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Compared to really native English speaking person, I think they will
yeah,
have difficulty
they
in
have a harder time because they haven't
yeah,
really
yeah.
become so. Um, they haven't really found it so necessary to adapt to other languages unless there is more dormant centers in the brain. Called it that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay.
But just let me know if whenever you have both some footage and some potential Indonesian translations.
Okay. Maybe I'll start like something like really uses English, not so much of an Indonesian language. Maybe I'll try it out. Like,
Yeah, just send me a message and we'll make it happen. I always make a free trial because I want people to know how it is to work with me, and I'm trying to be as fast as possible. Usually, I'm finished within the same day or worst case the next day because I want to be my personal favorite editor. And what I want from an editor is speed, reliability, convenience, ease of communication. So, forth. I'm trying to do that for everyone else. So, but it's been good so far. And I guess that whenever you have that footage, you can expect that from me. So
okay. By the way, what sort of software editing that you're using?
I'm using Premiere Pro.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm using DaVinci.
I've seen many people do that, but I've become so familiar with Premiere Pro now, so it's like my
Okay.
second, fingers extended at this point. So, and
Mm-hmm.
because I use a fairly modern computer, it's not too much, you know, um, reasons to switch yet. But call me in 1 year, and I might have switched. I don't know.
What about your thumbnail? What do you use? What software
For
that you use?
thumbnails, I use Photoshop, and that's primarily why I started with Premiere in the first place because I was interested in the entire Adobe package, like Illustrator and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. And I know that many people use Canva, but I personally find Canva a little bit like clunky, and I don't find so much control. Maybe because I'm very used to the Photoshop features, so it's kind of different camps. But that's where I am and so forth. And I mean, really focusing on making the best thumbnails now, since it's pretty much equally as important, if not even more important, than the entire video itself. So that's the change in workflow called that compared to the previous months.
Yeah, I don't use Canva also because I find that Canva is everyone is using. It's kind of very generic, The design will be almost similar. I'm
It's
using
pretty good though.
Adobe. I'm Adobe Express. I'm using Adobe Express.
I haven't I mean, how is it compared to Photoshop?
I just started Photoshop. It's like I took the software it's a week ago, Photoshop. So I'm trying out the Photoshop
Okay,
because
so you're switching
yeah,
from Express to Photoshop.
yeah, I'm switching to Photoshop. So I'm trying out the Photoshop. Very complicated, but it can be learned. It can be learned. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my strategy is like I want to do something. If I don't know how to do something, then I watch YouTube on how to do something, and then I do what they do. So it's like in the moment learning rather than trying to
Yeah.
binge in advance.
Because
Like for
now it's
instance,
very
how to make it. Yeah,
because now it's very convenient. You can actually Google. You can actually like check. Type something out of YouTube. The answers is there.
yeah, that's the beauty of it. There are
Yeah,
people
yeah,
making careers out of helping us. So. It was great to talk to you, my friend.
Okay. Nice chatting with you.
And I guess
Okay.
we'll see ourselves together next time. And good luck with
Okay.
everything in the YouTube and the community building, and soon a book launch as well.
Okay.
And have a very nice day.
Okay. Nice talking to you.
Talk to you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.